Deshaun Watson talked about the dynamic he has with Kevin Stefanski, redesigning this offense with him as a starter for a full season. This is from the Q with Quincy Avery. Quincy Avery, by the way, is Deshaun Watson's personal quarterback coach.
I know that's kind of something new that you're getting from Kevin this year. I think he's one of the best play callers in the NFL.
Agreed.
How do you so we're going to be game one, week one starter this year. How do you think that that's going to change? Like, how does that change you in the locker room? Did you get to be yourself, not being the necessarily? I mean, everybody knew they brought you in, they traded for you. You're there for a reason. Everybody knew you're the starter, and I thought that the relationship that between you, Jacoby, Josh, all you guys had in that quarterback room was so good. Just because everybody understood the situation, but how is it different now when you go there? Like, you're starting week one. Like, what do you think changes this offseason or this camp? What does that look like?
I think just the aggressiveness of this, how we want to approach the season. Last year was a lot of unknown. Like you said, the quarterback room, we all knew. We all support each other. We all loved each other. We all friends to the day. And we kind of knew Jacoby was going to come in, but we didn't know how long. We didn't know, was it going to be 11 weeks? Was it going to be 6 weeks? Was it going to be 0 weeks? You know what I'm saying? Like, there was so much of this kind of unknown. And so it kind of put everybody on hold until we figured out a week before. And so now going into this week, we kind of have clarity. We can start from day one of OTA. All right, this is how we want to approach it. We need to find our playmakers. This is the way we run our offense. This is the way we want to call our offense. We want to play fast. We want to play slow, no huddle. So all these things that we're doing, we can kind of already adjust and have, be ahead of the game.
And with that, let's welcome in Tyler Johnson, Faithful Dogs podcast as well as Network 216. Tyler, the very beginning of that I found really interesting. That's Deshaun's personal quarterback coach, has been for a while. Both of them quick to credit the play calling of Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, Dave. I mean, Kevin Stefanski, a lot of fans are talking about Kevin Stefanski and not really happy with the play calling that we've seen here last year, but even the last couple years. And I think you go back, not even last year, but the year before, you had a quarterback that was playing injured, Baker Mayfield, that took away from some of Kevin's play calling ability and ability to call certain plays, just due to the fact you're playing with a quarterback that basically has one shoulder. And this year, you saw Jacoby Brissett, you saw how the offense looked with him there, and then you transitioned to Deshaun Watson, a guy who had not played football. I mean, you're talking nearly 2 years that Deshaun Watson since he had started an NFL game. And it didn't click that well. And I wasn't surprised by that. And I think what I was telling fans is that we need to understand Deshaun Watson hasn't played football in a very long time. One, there's going to be rust. And he even admitted to that there was more rust that he even thought there would be. But also for Stefanski, these are guys that have never worked together before. You can have training camp and you can practice together all you want, but until you get out on an actual football field in a live game setting, it's completely different. And the offense is going to look different this year. The Browns brought in Bill Musgrave as an offensive assistant, veteran coach who's been around the entire NFL. A lot of experience, especially with Stefanski, even in Minnesota when he was the Vikings offensive coordinator. And most recently, he was with Cal, the University of California, for 3 years as their offensive coordinator and quarterback coach. And there's going to be some different wrinkles to this offense this year. You're going to see more shotgun. You're going to see more running out of the gun, like we saw a little bit at the end of last year. But it takes time to click with these things. And I think that's what fans need to understand. It's not a simple process. Like, it takes time. And I think with a full year of Stefanski and Watson working together, I'm really excited to see what this offense has in store in 2023.